Yeah, so we were talking about the authentic self and is the person ever done? And I'm definitely not done personally. So for those people coming, don't expect to kind of sit in front of a master who is like completely done. I'm not. I'm work in progress just as much as anybody else. I think this is also important to know, not to expect to kind of sit in front of the perfection. And there is no perfection. It's just it's continual work. That's what I mean. This levels of authenticity that go deeper and deeper. So I'm definitely one of those examples where I also fuck up and I make mistakes and I'm not perfect either. So I think that's a good
Yeah,
example.
it is, and when you are as authentic as you just are, it's easier for the people as well to cut their own bullshit because you cannot actually take anybody's shield down. They should do it the work themselves. What I've seen you doing is you create just the space that it's okay because the heart space is somehow there. The acceptance is there. This human acceptance,
Yeah,
and they can. Yeah, and then they can be more and more authentic because it's safe, it's they are seen, it's okay, even when you really sometimes cut their bullshit rather sharply, it's still somehow done with a loving feeling. So
I think you know this is the thing. It's like, and also when I break down, which I do sometimes in front of the group as well. If I catch myself or somebody points something out to me that is out of alignment, then also I go through the process myself and I show the group kind of
mhm,
my shit and how, you know. So this also it's an example of how to do it. Also, we don't have to hide, and it's nothing wrong to be in this spot of, oh my god, I fucked up again, you know. Because really, like, if I think about it, the mastery of life is we all fuck up. I mean, this is the nature of life. We come here to learn through experience, and very often I bang my head 1,000 times in a wall until I say, okay, maybe that's a wrong door. But you know what I mean. But so this is the thing. Is like it's important to know that fuck ups are good, and so the mastery of life is how quickly do I realize I'm banging my head on the wrong door. This is the mastery.
mhm,
I'm never gonna stop making mistakes, but how soon can I realize I'm making a mistake and go the other way? You see what I mean? This is, I think, mastery of life. Like shortening the time I spend in drama, in complaining, in bitching, in moaning, which is not productive. It's just like poor me, poor me. It's not
mhm,
very productive space. So the mastery is how quickly can I realize I'm doing it. And so hang on a second, this is not going to help it. Let me get creatively uh, uh, engaged with myself and what can I transform inside myself so I don't actually do that anymore. So this is actually the trick of happy life. I think this is where life gets more happier. My life gets easier the sooner I realize I'm going the wrong direction and stop pushing against the flow
mhm,
and turn back and go into where because it's a yes or no. So
mhm,
if I'm inauthentic, it's a no. Authenticity is a yes. It feels aligned, it feels clean, energy runs, everything is okay. When I go against it, the feeling is closed door, hardship, pushy, like not easy. And so then realizing that and going towards the yes, it's where mastery actually lies.
mhm.
And that's the recipe for fulfilled and happier life. Like there is this thing I call spiritual logic or grown up thinking. So grown up thinking or spiritual logic tells me that if I do something bad, it doesn't feel good. Now I can pretend and put a mask on it and hide my heart and not feel that actually what I just did doesn't feel good. But if I'm really honest and I connect with my heart, just like normal human experience, I know that that doesn't feel good. So spiritual logic or grown-up thinking is actually stop pretending and that you don't know, because you do know. Heart knows when something feels right and when something doesn't feel right. When I'm in integrity and I'm out of integrity, my heart knows it, except I pretend I don't know and I mask it and I still do shitty things. So spiritual logic is very much very simple, down to earth, very grounded approach to being alive. Like, stop kidding, you are a grown up and you know it. Like, stop pretending you don't know. It's not possible to get to our age and not know the difference between right and wrong. That's simply not possible. You can pretend, you can bullshit yourself, but, and this is the whole thing of this workshop and the work that I do, is to show you in the most loving and tender way that you're full of shit. Like, but that's how it is, you know, just like look at yourself, like wake up, like look at the mirror, like what do you see? I'm not gonna tell you, but just be honest and then answer your own question. So but it's kind of, this is in a nutshell how it is, you know. So spiritual logic or grown-up thinking is a big part of, it's just grow up, like stop kidding yourself, like stop pretending that you're this like helpless small goo goo gaga. You're not a child anymore, you're a full-blown powerful adult, so behave like that. You know, like take the reins of your life and responsibility and start getting responsible about what you're creating and who you are and who you're not. And if somebody keeps hammering you, and if you're in a relationship or job where you kind of feel like like a dog that keeps being beaten, get out of that situation. Just stop behaving like a helpless child. Stand up and say to your boss, you know what, go fuck yourself. I'm sucking you. I'm leaving this job because you treat me like shit and I'm not shit. So this is not okay. Simple. Out. Get another job. Or get responsible around creating the life that you want to live. So this, it requires courage. Yes, it does. But the end result is phenomenal. Like when I actually started creating, because I'm a perfect example of this, you know, up until 35, 36, I lived a really shitty life. I was so unexpressed, so full of doubt, so like just unexpressed, confused, and I had no idea how to be me. My life wasn't working. And then I realized that, then I started doing the work on myself. And so every completion, every work that I did, the power returned to me. I started feeling, oh my God, yes, it's empowering. I can create life that I want. I don't have to put up with shit. I can actually change. I can say no. And many people don't know that. I didn't know that I can say no. That I can say no to the system, no to the country, no to the boss, no to my ex-girlfriend, no to whoever was taking me for a ride and treating me like shit. I didn't know that I can actually say no and just like out of my life. So this also has to be trained, but it's very trainable. I'm a living example of it. I know that it's doable and possible. So this is how I know that this spiritual logic and grown-up thinking is the fastest way to create a happy life and to really have an experience of a good life. Not from an ego place, like, look at me, I've got 3 cars and 2 Teslas, and no, that's not a happy life, that's just material wealth. I mean, inside, are you actually fulfilled? You know, at night when you sleep on your own and there is nobody around, are you content? Are you okay being you? Or are you bombarded with like doubts and fears? And so, yeah, I feel authentic living is very much trainable, doable. It's a skill. Actually, it's a skill of being alive. Yeah.
So are you saying that authentic self is also content self?
I have a feeling that when I'm
Is it
being
like more
authentic,
or
yeah,
less?
when I'm being authentic, I feel content. Somehow everything is just and right. When I'm authentic self is just happy, smiley, relaxed me. There's nothing has to be added, nothing has to be changed, nothing has to be, it's just however it is, it's good enough. It's great. It feels good. So I guess there would be one, yeah, knowing if I'm authentic or not. If I feel anything that it's not happiness, relaxation, affinity, and friendship, I'm probably not authentic. Because as soon as there is some kind of struggle and something, it cannot be authentic. Something's hidden. So let's see what it is. Let's again apply spiritual logic and grown-up thinking and look at the mirror. Okay, so what else? Where am I kidding myself? You know, where am I playing small? Where am I being afraid? You know, I mean, this is a big conversation, and in this in the training we're gonna have 2.5 days of drilling deeper into what it means to be authentic and how to do it. You know, I mean, it's only 3 days, so it won't be 2.5.
Yes.
You know, it's short, but it's gonna be long enough and deep enough to give pointers and a real experience of potential. And then if you like that, then come to future trainings or engage with yourself deeper and longer to shift your life fully into authenticity.
Mhm. But that's as a nice starter, and then we give enough exercise, and then we get enough exercises and kind of feelings, tasters, how it is
Absolutely.
to really appear to the life as authentic as you can.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you,
Good,
Diana.
no?
I'm very happy that you come 5 to 7 May, and it's almost 3 days because we start Friday at noon, but the day is so long that you could consider it almost a full day.
5 day.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you once again, and see you
Okay.
in Tallinn.
Okay.